Bonjour à tous. Bienvenue. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Selena Caesar Chavan, and I'm the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of International Development. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of His Honor, the Honorable Arthur J. LeBlanc, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia, and Her Honor, Ms. Patsy LeBlanc. Before today's events begin, we will have a blessing ceremony conducted by Elder Gugu of the Waichoba First Nation. Elder Gugu.
First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here to this very honorable ceremony, and I'm so proud to be part of it. Okay, I'll start off with our prayer. It's seven virtues prayer. Gisuk, walaliego, chidula nawa, gisignamuyak. We are thanking the Creator for giving us such a wonderful day and a very honorable day. Walali gistil mawidayak, aheramole biskuan amen. We are grateful that everybody's here for such a special ceremony. Ignominen nsidwon klamen chidu desenda hoigalu kula sitamo. We ask for wisdom so that we'll know all the good in this world. Ignumin and exaltultinen. Am sit damiao. Aham sit one. We ask for love and to spread the love everywhere. Ignumin and gebmidale sultinen. Klamin chiduras and am sit notage wajet. We ask for honor because the Creator made us and we all come from the same place. Ignominen melkidale sultinen. Klaman mawan nurajidale sig lugarmen otluan ulasitamo. We ask for strength and bravery, so no one is left out, and we don't feel less superior than anybody else. Ignominen menajoltinen. We ask for truth. Klaman mawan oleg, gisna olala wan gigmana. We ask for truth, so that everybody be treated the same, and that we wouldn't say things that are not right about one another. Ignominen penodel sortinen. Klama mawan kisi ajespedel siga wigmajal. We ask for humility, so everybody's equal. Everybody will feel not less than anybody else here. Ahalniska mignuminen gedlawayudi. We ask for truth. Klaman kisina multas en elmiginik. And we ask for truth. So when the world ends, we will meet the Creator with clean hearts and spirits. Thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alder Gugu, for blessing us with your words and prayers. Please be seated, everyone. Hello, everyone, again, and a special hello to those of you who are watching on our webcast. Welcome. We are here today to unveil Canada's new $10 banknote, which features the iconic Nova Scotia native Viola Desmond. Joining me today are Stephen Poloz, Governor of the Bank of Canada, the Honorable Bill Morneau, Minister of Finance, the woman who needs no introduction today, Ms. Wanda Robson, sister of Viola Desmond, and Dr. John Young, the President and CEO of the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. Pour commencer, j'aimerais maintenant inviter le gouverneur de la Banque du Canada, Stephen Poloz, à prendre la parole. Monsieur Poloz.
Well, thank you very much, Selena, and hello, everybody. Welcome. It's a pretty big day. Your honors, ministers, and distinguished guests, I'm excited to be here with all of you, because today is the day that we get to show off our spectacular new $10 banknote. Now, it's the Bank of Canada's job, one of them, to design, produce, and distribute banknotes that Canadians can use with confidence and with pride. Banknotes are designed not only to be secure and durable, but also to be works of art that tell the stories of Canada. And I'm confident that you'll agree that this new $10 note fits the bill. They give me great stuff to work with, right? La confiance est au cœur de notre rôle comme banque centrale du pays. Et la façon la plus concrète de maintenir la confiance des Canadiens est de fournir des billets de banque de la plus grande qualité possible. On se sert tous de billets chaque jour et on compte sur le fait qu'ils soient durables, sûrs et faciles à utiliser. Malgré tous les modes de paiement électroniques disponibles aujourd'hui, le nombre de billets en circulation continue d'augmenter. Et grâce aux innovations passées, comme le polymère, les taux de contrefaçon restent très bas et nos billets résistent mieux à l'usure et durent plus longtemps. Malgré tout, la banque cherche constamment à innover et à s'améliorer. Et moi, je suis très fier de dire que le billet que vous allez découvrir aujourd'hui est un magnifique exemple d'innovation. Now, a great deal of innovation went into the note that you are about to see. And for starters, there was the question of whose portrait would appear on the front. Now, the Minister of Finance and I agreed from the beginning it was long past time for a banknote to feature an iconic Canadian woman. That's been a goal of mine since I became governor, and has been truly a passion of our senior deputy governor, Carolyn Wilkins. But with so many excellent choices, we took a new approach and involved Canadians directly in the decision-making process. And boy, did Canadians get involved. So we received more than 26,000 nominations from coast to coast to coast. A great national conversation took place in schools, in the press, in the social media, about the important contributions that so many iconic women have made to our history. So I thank all Canadians for their engagement in this. It made the journey to develop this banknote a truly unique one. I'd also like to give a special thanks to the Independent Advisory Council that we set up to help us narrow down the nominations. This eminent group of academics, along with sports, culture, and other thought leaders, were invaluable throughout the process. Several of them are here with us today, so thank you once again for your dedication. Now, as you know, Nova Scotian Viola Desmond was ultimately chosen to appear on the new note. And with that choice made, our designers and our scientists and our historians went to work. As you'll soon see, they brought together beautiful design, cutting-edge security features, and very meaningful symbolism in an exquisitely balanced way. For me, the job they did was nothing short of brilliant. Now, I could spend hours thanking all the people who worked so hard to bring this innovative note to life. Many of them are with us today or watching on this webcast. But there's one person we all owe a very big debt of gratitude to, and that, of course, is Viola's sister, Wanda. So, Wanda, you worked tirelessly to raise public awareness of the injustice done to your sister. And you made sure that ultimately justice prevailed. And thanks to your actions, Wanda, this important Canadian story of your sister's courage will never be forgotten. Yeah? Now, developing a new banknote is a huge undertaking, and I'm happy and grateful that we got this done as quickly as we did, and I can't wait any longer to see it. It's time for all Canadians to see the new $10 note, and for the folks that are watching the webcast, especially those in Winnipeg, there's a special surprise for you too. Now, I'd like to ask Wanda and the Minister of Finance to join me for the unveiling. Please. Okay. You just stand over here.
Oh, there's my spot.
Yes, because you're gonna take this.
My spot.
You
It says Wanda, so we know it's yours.
Okay, you take a hold of that.
Okay.
Okay, not yet. Not yet.
Now.
No,
Okay.
not yet. Are we ready?
Are we ready?
Okay.
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 You want to Wanda? You want to Wanda?
Are we finished yet?
Yep.
Is this mine?
So,
You can keep it.
It's mine. Oh, you know. Oh. I'm gonna put it.
You want me to hold it for you? Do you want to? You're gonna keep it?
No.
Okay, there we go.
You know, you're not getting it. He wants my $10.
wow. So I hope you'll agree that that's tremendous. Huh? So before I invite the minister to say a few words, I'd like you to watch this video that details some of the features and the imagery on our new $10 banknote.
Good afternoon, or it is good afternoon. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Thank you, Governor, for those words. I want to start by saying that you need to know that this banknote is not yet in circulation till the end of the year, but Wanda is keeping hers. It tells you about the balance of power in this country, because when I was in the back room, they said I was going to have to give these banknotes back. And I was dutifully going to follow the rules, because that's the deal. But I don't think I have the authority to take that banknote back from Wanda. You just can't spend it between now and the end of the year, Wanda. And I'm happy to give you the second one, too, if you want. It's really great to be here in Halifax. There's not a better place to tell the story of Viola than right here. I want to tell you that I do have the opportunity on a pretty frequent basis to spend time with the Governor of the Bank of Canada. We get to go to G20 meetings together, and we sit beside each other. And often we've had the opportunity to speak in public at the same time. And I will tell you that we never before today have, before we gone out, decided together whether we needed to have a Kleenex in our pockets for the event that we were about to talk about. This is truly one of those great events that happens only so infrequently in our country's history. We have many important guests of honor here, including the Honorable Arthur LeBlanc, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia, and Her Honor, Mrs. Patsy LeBlanc. So thank you very much for joining us today. We also have a very special guest. We have Norway's Ambassador to Canada, Anne Carey Ovind. Thank you very much for being here today. And I also see Speaker of the House, Jeff Reagan, who's here. Now, I rarely get to see Jeff dressed like this because he's wearing his traditional garb in the House of Commons. And normally he's in charge of us. He tells us what we can't do and can't do in the can and can't do in the House of Commons. But I can now be in charge. So, you know, Jeff, you're looking good. It's all good. We also have a couple of our MPs here, as you know. Obviously, you've had the opportunity to see Selena up here on stage, MP and Parliamentary Secretary. Darren Fisher is here as well. Darren Fisher, many of you will know, is an MP from this area. And Scott Bryson has been here, but had to go off to a funeral to speak. A special thank you to the Mayor, Mayor Mike Savage, who's here, Regional Chief Morley Gugu, and distinguished senators and members of the Legislative Assembly. It is, frankly, today, I know, a big day for Halifax, but a big and important day for Canada. And it's particularly important to have this great day on the International Women's Day. It's a memorable day for us to celebrate. I will tell you that it's hard to believe that it was 2 years ago that the Prime Minister and I together announced that for the first time in our 150-year history, a Canadian woman and her story would be featured on the money that all of us carry around every day. I want to thank Governor Poloz and his team for their vision and leadership, and as the Governor mentioned, the Advisory Council for their in-depth consultations, their perspectives, and for bringing Viola Desmond's story to so many Canadians. I want to say that I had the opportunity just before being with you to be with some students upstairs talking about Viola Desmond's history, and it's remarkable how much they know about that history and what they brought to the table. It clearly is a story that all of us really do need to understand better, and today's memorable occasion is one that will, I'm sure, bring that story across the country. Of course, it was you, Wanda, who brought the story, the younger sister who tells that story better than anyone, and who stole the show when we first announced that your sister would be on the $10 bill. Comme vous le savez, souligner l'immense contribution que les femmes ont apportée et qu'elles continuent d'apporter dans l'histoire du Canada a toujours été une priorité pour moi et pour le gouvernement. Lorsque ce billet de banque est encore légal dans le courant de l'année, il nous rappellera à tous à quel point il est important de reconnaître toutes les contributions des Canadiennes, pas seulement à l'occasion de la Journée internationale de la femme, mais tous les jours. Les symboles que nous portons dans nos poches représentent de petits rappels, importants toutefois de ce qui fait de nous ce que nous sommes. Ils doivent mieux rencontrer nos histoires. Viola is just one of millions of stories from women who've helped shape, build, and influence our country. But it's an important story because it shows that standing up for what we believe, whether it's on the step of Parliament Hill or in a movie theater in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia, can make our country and a world a better place for future generations. Viola was tireless as she chased her dreams. Viola traveled far and wide to pursue an education when local beauty schools would not admit black students. With courage, hard work, and entrepreneurial spirit, she set up her own studio, her own school, and her own line of beauty products. And all this took place in the 1930s and the 1940s. Really hard to believe today, when the deck was doubly stacked against Viola because of both gender and the color of her skin. Of course, she's best remembered for that night in 1946 when she wouldn't move from a seat in a movie theater that she had every right to occupy. And even after being arrested and convicted, Viola would not let it go. And we're so glad that she didn't. Her legal challenge galvanized the black community in Halifax North End and paved the way for a broader understanding of the importance of human rights across our country. You may know that last week I presented a federal budget that was focused on equality, the chance for everyone to fully participate in our economy. I talked about pay equity, sharing parental leave, equality of opportunity for women entrepreneurs, and the need for more diversity around boardroom tables. These are all themes that Viola would recognize. And frankly, she might even be a little disappointed that though we've come a long way since that night in 1946, we do still have a ways to go in our country. It's why her story inspires me and our government to do better. It was Viola who pointed the way towards equality. It's no wonder then that on the back of the note, as you've seen, we chose to feature the Museum of Human Rights in Winnipeg, as well as an excerpt from the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The designers also included powerful symbols of truth, power, and freedom to remind us that we must continue to advance reconciliation with all Indigenous peoples, First Nations, Inuit, and Métis Nation. This note really brings Viola Desmond's story into the present to represent Canada's ongoing pursuit of equality and of diversity as a strength and not a weakness. So we've all seen the note. Isn't it incredible? What do you think, Wanda? It really is a moving note for so many of us, I know. And I know this because we actually got the chance to get a sneak peek of what Wanda looked like when we took a look at the note a few months ago. So I wanted to show you a short video of Wanda's response when she saw the note not that long ago.
When the sentence came down that she wanted to get through, she got it through, and she got her way. Bank of Canada. Oh. It's beautiful. Look at her. Every hair, just the way she was. It's so lifelike. It's as if she's in this room. With this new $10 bill, Canadians will be reminded how Viola stood up for her rights. One woman's actions can really make a difference.
I want to say that Wanda is absolutely right that one woman's actions can make a difference. But maybe importantly, we should all recognize that Wanda's actions to memorialize her sister made an enormous difference in remembering her story. So Wanda, thank you. So now I know that we're all just the opening act. So I'd like to invite Wanda to say a few words. It's a great privilege for me and for all of us to be here and to have met with you and your family, to be up on the stage once again. So Wanda, maybe you can tell us what was going through your head when you first saw that note. Over to you.
Make a comment?
Yeah, you can say it.
People will hear you.
You have a mic coming.
When I first saw the note, well, I didn't understand it at first. I thought, what is this? And then I saw it was Viola. I said, what's she doing there? And then I turned it this way, didn't go. Then I said, it's $10 bill. She's on the $10 bill. And I was speechless. My family would have liked that, but for once in my life, I was speechless. This is beyond what I ever thought. And then I looked at it, and I looked at it again, and I said, it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's unique. I mean, because it's when you have a bill like this, when you have this bill, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's different. It's unique, and I give the artist so much credit. So much credit. I can't believe. I wish I could have done it. I keep all the $10 bills myself, paste my wall. But I say, thank you for that. It's got, and the Winnipeg, the Museum of Human Rights. I've been there, and it's magnificent. And to think that it's on my sister's bill, what else can I say? Am I supposed to be speaking now?
What?
Well, you want me to go up there? Do I sit here? Do I speak? Do I just speak from the chair?
I think everything you've said is what everyone wanted to hear. So we are so honored that you're here with us and to talk about this for all of us.
I'm honored, really, and I keep saying it, and after a while it begins to sound not true. No, you say something so much and it's not right. But I have to say that this is my family. Some of them are here today. I love you guys. And you know that, whether I get after you or not. But you know that. At the end of the day, we love you. But don't you feel, can you just feel a little bit what I feel? Sarah, isn't that beautiful? Brooklyn, my granddaughter, Brooklyn told me that when she got her first $10 bill with her aunt on it, that she was going to frame it. She'd never spend it. I don't know if a 12-year-old girl can do that, but we can hope. I've been to, this is amazing, unique, and it'll go down. Our family will go down in history. In history, do you imagine that? And who is Minister Morneau? Thank you.
I'm just happy to be part of your family's history.
Governor Poloz, correct? Got it? Yeah. And Samantha, that's not right. Serena. See, I got it wrong. But and young. Tell some of your name again. Yeah. Sorry. When you get old, the memory goes with names. But I will tell you that team that team from Minister Morneau, they picked the right people. That team was fantastic. There was Boyd Leno. That's not right. Leno. I got the first name, Boyd. And then there's Julie. And then there's Nathan. And then there's Suzette. There's a French name, a girl. I can't get it. Gone. I yell at it. You know who I mean. They were, you talk about me working tirelessly, that doesn't go with me. They were so meticulous in their researching, and even I, who really didn't understand the whole thing, knew that they were putting everything they had in it. And don't look at my bill, you can't have it. I saw your eyes strain. Did you see him? Did you see him? His eyes were strained to my $10 bill. But getting back to the team, it was more than a pleasure. Joe and I really, really loved it. And he came to the house and talked to us, just sat down and talked. And while you were talking, you were getting information, which I didn't realize, but that's your job. And it's wonderful. It's just wonderful. And as I said, we have, as you perhaps know, I've been to many schools. You notice I'm holding on to the $10 bill. But I've been to many schools in Cape Breton, and I've been in Halifax area, at Halifax. And you know, that's where it's going to be, where the action, where the interest, where all those young people, whatever they're going to be doing, they are going to hear, and well, they've heard about Viola and how the bottom line of what Viola was and who she was education. Education, that was my mother too, education. And you know, Mom say, where would you be without it? What could you do? So this is part of who Viola was. She worked hard, but she educated while she was working. She didn't have much money, so this should not be a barrier. I know it is a barrier. Having no money is a barrier. But you want to go to university? Okay. There's a scholarship. Well, listen, I went to university. I forgot. I went to university when I was 73. And my husband suggested I go and audit this course in culture and racism at Cape Breton University. I thought, well, I guess I'll go. I went. And my professor, after I was there a while, he suggested I register, Dr. Graham Reynolds. And when he had shown these slides, not the slides now, they're pictures of racism and people that had done that made a difference, there was my sister. Now this is 2000, the year 2000. That happened in 1946. Well, you know, I thought about my sister. She's my sister. I loved her. But, you know, I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I got kids, and they have to go to school, face the sports, bath time, cook. You know what, women, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And it's International Women's Day, so bask in it. Yeah. Anyway, when the nest, as they call, was empty, and mine was empty late in life because I had 2 marriages and 2 sets of children. I had 2 more children in my 40s. So when they were up and on at university, Joe decided he retired from teaching, and he saw this ad in the paper about going to take courses in racism, and he said, you should do that. I did. I did. I registered, and then That was in 1999. The rest is all history because this is where talk about education. I mean, I went through high school, I finished, I had a good position, but I never fully realized what education can do for you. I sat in that class at my age, and with Graham Reynolds talking to me, and the class having discussions about racism, I really, truly understood the meaning of Viola's action. Now, I say I'm ashamed. Well, just lay it down to I was naive, a bit stupid, not naive. But as you get older, you think you'd learn something. But I learned it along the way, and then it came full force when I became educated. And and here we have Viola had the former Lieutenant Governor Mayan Francis. She's the instigator of the pardon, the posthumous pardon. The government at this time, with her help, and the premier at that time, I was Darrell Dexter, they issued her a posthumous pardon. It was never done before. First, after all those years. I'm gonna cry. But anyway, and after that, the people in New Glasgow couldn't do enough for Viola. There's a homeless shelter being named for her. There's a ferry in Halifax, the Dartmouth Halifax ferry, Viola Desmond ferry, and a marker on her grave site. In Winnipeg, the museum, they have a section dedicated to this act of Viola, what she did in the slide. And they have the pictures. You can see that my words are leaving me. But do you know what I'm saying? Do you know? But I have to say it, and yes, you see that? Do you see that? Do you see what he just did? My husband? All right. See? Okay. You all are a witness to senior abuse. And you know what? I thank this team here. Thank Poloz, Morneau, pardon me.
How about Bill?
Bill. I got it. Bill. Bob. There you go. I thank all of them from the bottom of my heart. I'll never, ever forget this day. I can't. It's written in history. Yeah. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bill.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Robson. Your story of your sister is very inspiring, and we're so happy to have you with us here today. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge that Nova Scotia's own Senator Wanda Thompson-Bernard is here. I'm so happy to be with you here today, and I know that